Welcome to episode 440 of Fourth and Jawn. I'm Gail Saunders here with Tim Kincaid. This is kind of like an emergency podcast, and I'm going to be very honest that I feel like, I've had some favorite shows. We've interviewed Brian Dawkins. That was one of my favorite shows. But the opportunity to interview Eagle fans from Brazil, one of my favorite countries I've never been to, but I've always loved the Brazilian culture, always loved the Brazilian people. My oldest brother, he married a woman from Sao Paulo.
Dwayne.
Not Dwayne, my oldest brother. Oh, but just really want to put it out there. We've seen some messaging out there, some misinformation and stuff that's out there. They're gonna explain that to you. They're gonna feed it to you, because sometimes I feel like the media in Philadelphia or worldwide can be misleading. So what better way to get this information out there than speaking to the people who are on the ground? That's Fourth and Jawn is kind of like we're the people that are on the ground, like Eagle fans that are on the ground. You want to know who's on the ground, you follow us. But for you Eagle fans worldwide, you want a great opportunity to meet two of my new friends. Shout out to Iago and Heinous from live from Brazil right now. So if you guys got questions, there's ample time to talk about any questions you got about Brazil, but also about some of their favorite things about being an Eagle fan. They're going to tell you today. And welcome to the stage, Iago and Heinous, all the way live from Brazil. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. Pretty excited with the news, right? It has been a busy night with all the messages and people talking, but still nothing can compare to how happy we are waiting anxiously for the next week.
Yeah, we're just 1 week away from it, man. It feels like a dream. Really excited, really anxious. Like I lived in Philadelphia from 2014 to 2015. It's been 10 years since I saw an Eagles game at a stadium live, right? I can't even describe how I feel right now.
I mean, I think, everybody has that moment. Like I've seen a lot of Eagle fans come to the state. Like, obviously we're at the stadium every week, but I get to see that new Eagle fans from all over the world experience the culture, the vibe, and see it in their eyes, and they light up, and they're just like, this is like a come to Jesus, come to church moment. Like, but the fact that they get to be in your backyard, I think that's even a bigger experience, because like it's like you're welcoming Eagle fans from all over the world into your backyard and enjoying your culture. So I think it's great, man. I'm gonna be so happy for you guys. I remember last year I was in LA and I saw Eagle fans on the West Coast of LA, and the way that they were excited about to have Eagles in LA in their backyard. I can only imagine what it is for you guys.
Yeah, it is amazing, because even though we were not expecting like a big crowd of Americans coming, we know that Philly fans travel well, and we even haven't been talking with Eagles fans that are traveling together. And one of the things that we want to do is to make sure that they feel welcome here. So we have our own home pub where we get together to watch the Eagles games here in São Paulo, and we even let them so they can have their own party in a place where we have all the decorations, we have everything that it's our home. So we want to Eagles fans feel welcome as well.
I'm there's a lot of people always will wonder how Eagle fans became an Eagle fan. Yeah. For me, my father was a diehard Eagle fan. I grew up in Connecticut, but he forced me to be an Eagle fan. Like there was no situation, no way getting around it. He just forced it upon me. Now, how did each of you become Eagle fans, and how did that start?
As I told you before, I lived in Philly in 2014, And as I say to my friends here, it's impossible to even like go to Philly for a week or live there for some time and not cheer for the Eagles. It's impossible because uh, the city has the spirit of the Philadelphia Eagles. I know we have other sports teams in the majors like the Phillies, the 76ers, the Flyers, but I tell everybody with the Eagles, it's very different because if you see a guy that you don't even know him across the street, you scream "Go Birds!" and it's like a different atmosphere. It's like something I never saw before. So when I got to Philly in 2014, the week one game was Eagles against Jaguars, and it was a huge comeback for the Eagles. And that time, when I watched that game, I knew that I would fall in love with that team. It's impossible not to fall in love with the Eagles. How and the atmosphere around the city, I think it's like awesome.
Yeah.
So question. I have a question. So if that's 2014, that was the Chip Kelly, Nick Foles, and we were down. And we were down. Like we were so hyped, and we had Shady. We had I think Macklin. That was like
Kiko Alonso trade.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yo! Shout out to you guys, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like that shows that you guys, you learn the culture. You know how it is. Like you bleed green.
Yes, we bleed green. But as I told you, the first game that I watched, the week one game, was Eagles and Jaguars in Philly, and I think at halftime the game was something like 17-0 for the Jaguars.
Yes.
We went to the halftime for like 17-0, Jaguars leading the game, Eagles aren't going nowhere. And at the third quarter, Darren Sproles had a 50-yard run TD, I think.
Yep.
And as of that moment, the Eagles just put on a show, and the score was something like 34-17.
Yep.
And,
I remember
the Eagles,
it was the pump. It was the pump fake from Wentz. He pumped, and then I was like, and then Wentz was like, we see
Nick Foles. Nick Foles.
It was Foles. It was Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
Nick
Yeah,
Foles.
it was Foles.
Okay.
Yes.
Foles.
And it was like an eventful game because we had a lot of different types of scores. We had a long run TD from Sproles. We had a fumble recovery TD from Fletcher Cox. We had Zach Ertz catching a touchdown. We had Macklin catching a touchdown. So it was like a very, very huge comeback. So it was amazing to watch. And the first game that I was watching, and like in that moment, I knew that's the team that I want to root for.
That's what's up. Underdogs, awesome. Baby. That's what we are.
Underdogs.
Never count us down.
Coming from behind, like never giving up. The Rocky Balboa story. And also, like the Rocky, it's my favorite movie.
Oh, movie series. Okay.
Yeah.
What part of Philadelphia did you live in? What part of Philadelphia?
North Philly, because I was studying at Temple.
Okay, I was about to say it's north. Well, north. What's your favorite cheesesteak?
Jim's.
Max? Oh, Jim's.
Okay. Maybe D'Alessandro's.
Yeah, I will go D'Alessandro's as well. Yeah.
All right, so you just one half of the fan base because we have a lot of D'Alessandro's people in here. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a tough question, man. It's a tough question.
It is. That's not mine, but you know what I'm saying. I don't judge.
Oh man, Heinous. Now let us know how you became an Eagle fan.
Yeah, I like to add what Tim was saying, because we did our own research for our fan base to ask like how many years are you guys fans and how did it started. And it's funny because we were traveling through generations. We were able to catch through waves. So we got the Andy Reid generation where we built so many fans during that first Super Bowl run, and then we have a lot of fans coming up during the Chip Kelly years, even though it was not that great, but that fall season was something that really drove a lot of fans because it was the time that the sport was growing in Brazil. So it was able to come up a lot. And we even got fans that are starting supporting and having a relationship with the team because of playing Madden or playing NBA with Allen Iverson. And people would just say, "Oh, Philadelphia is so cool!" And now when they start watching the football, they went switching up to the city. And this is something that is really great about, because it's how you fell in love with the team, right? Because you start to feel the city, you start to feel the wave, and you see the supporters. And it's just like Jawn said, it's not something that you just can like brush it out, like something that you feel it, and when it gets you. It's you get a sickle.
It's like the Holy Spirit. It's like the Holy Spirit. It just goes through your body.
Yeah.
You know?
I became a fan. I became a fan by 2004, if I'm not wrong. Like 2013, okay. Right? Like what was the year before the Super Bowl? Like, I got a little bit of Jeff Garcia. So
oh my God,
that was the big year.
Hell yeah, he's going back. Like I was in high school.
So I was in high school. I went to American high school here in Brazil, and that's how I started watching football. And I just like, this team looks fun. And seeing McNabb was like, I started thinking about this guy, and now I'm like, we built up so many things out of it, and we built so many friends out of it. Like it is something that is completely, just like I said, the Holy Ghost of Philly just filled us up and was able to reach out for the brother love for the community that we have now.
Now, Renato in the chat says, D-Jack's touchdown on the first play versus Washington was what turned me into an Eagles fan here in Brazil. That I remember that throw from Vic was chef's kiss. It was beautiful. Yeah, exactly, yeah. That was probably one of the best footballs thrown I've seen. We have Davon saying that Angelo Pizza got some fire cheesesteaks, but I do mess with Max's. So I went to a spot in Camden called Donkeys. When you guys come from Brazil, the next time you guys are in town, I will take you anywhere you guys want to go. I will pick you up I'll pick you up from the airport. You guys just let me know where you want to go.
Okay. I'm going to tell you right now. Donkeys, Camden. Shout out to Camden. I'm a South Jersey product myself. And then Gitano's in South Jersey too got one of the best Philly cheesesteaks. Okay, you know what I mean? Like it's a Jersey thing, but Philly got it too with Sonny's and what's the other one? Ooey Gooey's. Ooey Gooey's is probably
It's interesting. JD Braxton says, "What is all going down? What's going down is we're talking to one of the two of the most diehard Eagle fans in Brazil. Like, so if you have questions in the chat, you put them up there. We'll bring them up, and they will answer them. Like if you could go out and listen to people on the timeline who say all types of stuff. Believe me, my phone this morning has been moving by itself on the table. It's been moving. They're like, hey, did you see this? I read this well, you ask Anus and you ask
Yago.
And they will tell you. So you don't have to like listen to all the misinformation.
Well, I will say this though, bro. Okay. AJ Brown kind of put some things on in the press conference. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he kind of put the scared the daylights out of people. You know what I'm saying? So he said everything.
I gotta ask you something because I was talking to some friends and like the question here is like, this is all Americans being having a prejudice against Brazil. Well, they are saying a lot of stuff, but at my point of view, I gotta say, see yourself in a position where you have to tell AJ Brown, who is a very handsome 25 feet of man, in a country with a lot of opportunities and so many things that you don't know how to proceed. And he gonna have like 3 days here, and one is a day that he has to work a lot. So what are you gonna tell him, like to make that he stays at the hotel for sure? Like how, like for the whole time. But it is something that we want to make sure that fans that are either coming or fans that are watching, to make sure that they understand what's going on. Not only because it's something we want to defend what we are having here because we have the opportunity for this game, but mostly because it is something that can add to the noise and this noise makes us feel and appreciated as fans as well, right?
For sure.
Because like we're saying, we are die hard. We are so much passionate, and this opportunity for fans that could never go to Philly, and they are able to experience they love like we have this love for the first time.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that it feels special.
And we appreciate that. We appreciate it.
Now, Helena says, I'm surprised Tanner McKee didn't give the information. He lived there.
Yeah.
Tanner?
Yeah.
Speak up.
I feel like Tanner, he used to live here, but like São Paulo is a huge city, right? So when you compare like the travel between the hotel where the team is staying and the stadium, it's something like more than 40 minutes, almost 1 hour. So it is like a huge city and something that is
and also
you have so many discrepancy and a difference between socioeconomic levels. So it is a city that you have to watch out if you don't know it, right? So it's more about being careful and it's more about knowing how to proceed in a big city that you don't know. Then it is something that should be such a warfare state or something way more concerning.
Is nothing different than New York City, nothing different than Philadelphia itself. Like I lived in North Philly. So what's the problem, man? What are you guys afraid of? I don't know what you guys are afraid of.
There's something, I've been so excited about this trip. I've been like telling anyone who will listen, and they're, the first thing is there's certain people that'll clench up. Oh, and I'm like, don't even say it. I've worked in New York City for 24 years as friends talking to me, telling me to be mindful and all that. I said, what are you trying? I worked in Times Square for 24 years. I saw 9/11 hit from my desk. The planes hit. I was watching it. I've seen so much stuff. As my friend was warning me, someone got hacked with a machete outside my job in Times Square. I said,
that was wild.
I said, New York City is a dangerous city. And there's places you shouldn't go. In a lot of cities, you shouldn't go. People know where not to go. But Leonardo checks in. He says, I had a friend from high school that invited me to play flag football. And I was there. I knew Eagles, and it's all its meaning. So that's how he became an Eagle fan. So,
sorry. And flag football is something that is like more practical here in Brazil than it is actual football. We do have a couple of leagues here, but like you guys saw the competition that's going on. The Brazilian team is like way more ready, and it's something that even adds up to this. But I want to jump into one point about what Tim was saying again about the cheesesteaks. And we even have here in São Paulo, I know like Gail is very excited to be here, but we also have like tourist traps for sandwich here as well. So I don't know if you guys know, like you guys have the Philly cheesesteak, and we do have a lot of options of Philly cheesesteak here for everyone that is coming. You're gonna find like in a lot of bars and a lot of restaurants here, but we do have our own, which is the Bologna sandwich, and we do have like two tourist traps, like where people sell it like huge sandwich like this, and like for places that are mostly for tourists. But they also have like some good crazy ones. I believe they're gonna have like some pulled pork at the stadium. It's gonna be great. You guys are gonna love it as well. But it is just like that. São Paulo is a big city, just like Gail was saying about New York. You do have things to watch out and things to be like alert about your surroundings, right? But it is somewhere where you can find a safe place, where you can find a very more friendly culture about receiving foreigners, because we know that it's a unique opportunity and it's something that it is the city is embracing. I was driving back home right now, and you can see all the advertisements and everything talking about the game. So it is a unique experience that the city is living about it. So and this makes us feel even safer. Like like it makes us reassure that is something that is being watched, something that is being concerned. So we're gonna have like a special supporting forces for the subway, for people to get access to the stadium, people to get access after leaving the stadium by by public transportation. So it is something that the city is taking into account. It's not something that people are just plugging in and just let everyone come and watch their own game. Something that the city is celebrating as well.
Another thing to put it in perspective, Renas, it's that we had a World Cup 10 years ago here in Brazil. And it's a huge structure event. A lot of people coming from all over the world. And São Paulo was ready, and even another smaller cities were ready too. So if we were ready to have an event like that, like the World Cup 10 years ago, I think São Paulo is more ready now than 10 years ago. So I think a lot of people from Brazil, from Argentina, from Mexico, from United States are coming to this event. It's not only like Brazilians from São Paulo and Philadelphians and like Packers supporters. This is an event that is going to host people from all over South America, people from North America. So I think São Paulo is the best city to have this kind of event because it's a city that has an experience to have this kind of events, you know.
I mean that makes a lot of sense. I mean it's just like people don't realize Sao Paulo has 12 million people in Sao Paulo. Like I mean like this is a big city, okay? Like we're not talking about your small town that you have never left in America and you have no worldly view of what is going on. You know, again, I'm really appreciative of you guys just being here and talking about it live. Like I reached out to Yago in a DM earlier today, and I could feel the energy in his words. As I'm like, because I'm like, I feel the same. I said the same exact words that he had said in our DMs, and I was like, this is what needs to be heard. And then I saw you quote tweet a post on Twitter like 5 minutes later, and I was like, see, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not us talk about it and get it out there? And tomorrow I'm going to be interviewed by CBS and NBC before I get on the flight to Brazil. And again, I will share the information you guys are sharing just to get it out there. I mean, a lot of people are definitely informed, but I know you guys are also informed about the Eagles.
Yes.
And we would like to talk Eagles with you as well. We also have shout out to Michael Gordon will joining us. He is also going on the trip to Brazil, so he will be meeting me at the airport tomorrow. So I figured guys like jump on, talk the birds, have fun with us.
Yes.
So shout out to Michael in the building.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Michael.
Good.
You seem very excited.
Dude, it's been a long week, man. It's been a long week. I've been waiting for this for, I don't know. I mean, since the draft, really.
Yeah. Now, Michael currently lives in Philly. How you've seen safety issues in Philly. I mean, are you concerned about living in Philadelphia, Michael?
Am I concerned about living in Philly? No.
I'm
if I was concerned, I wouldn't live here.
There you go.
I'm trying to drum up some.
No, but he made a point. He lived in North Philly. If you can live in North Philly, you're good.
Facts.
And like I was up there, totally like relaxed. I felt safe all the time. Most of the stuff that happened, people like put on a lens and say that it's very dangerous and the violence. But I think it's like more how people talk about it. They don't know how it's there. They don't go there to see. I think it's the same thing here, you know. They are talking, not knowing how it is.
90% of the stuff that happens in Philly, let's be honest, it's not just random. It's people that are doing dumb, just like, they're out there, they're doing something that could get them in trouble. And they, so 90% of it, you got chalk it to that. The other 10%, all right, maybe.
Yeah, it is the eternal equation, right? Fuck around and find out.
Oh yeah, good. I didn't know we could push that. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's like if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yeah, like
exactly.
If you're not out there doing dumb shit at 2 a.m, there's a good chance you're not gonna get fucked up.
Yeah.
And like other people talk like in the comments, not only World Cup and the Olympics, São Paulo hosts every year the Formula One. It's a huge event. Yeah. São Paulo hosts every year the Lollapalooza, the same festival that you guys have in Chicago.
You got Carnival.
Yes, the Carnival. Like,
I'm not allowed to go to those places.
Yeah, well, if you got a ring on your hand, you probably shouldn't.
Exactly. I'm married. I can't go to those places.
Yeah. That's another life.
Yeah. Now it's exciting, just in terms of just the trip in itself, but just it's exciting that it's the first game of the season. It's obviously the first time we get to see some of these acquisitions, or shall we say, Sqaud Barkley scoring a touchdown, making every Giant fan across the universe upset. Right. I'm there for that. But I think thinking about Jalen Hurts and all these weapons, it's insane how many weapons that he has. I'll ask you, Hannes, first. Who do you think has the biggest year for one of Jalen Hurts' weapons? Is it A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Sqaud Barkley, or Dallas Goedert? Who has the biggest breakout this season?
I gotta be honest, because I definitely want to just stand in the topic, but I gotta say I'm more excited to see the defense, because the offense is so many weapons and it's so.
You could say defense if you
watch.
I wish Prime was here.
I want to stay on the offense because I want to say a lot of it, but the offense is everything that they're gonna put on the table is gonna be so exciting. So I'm looking forward to see what Sqaud Barkley can bring to the passing game. But definitely, I believe that the guy with the numbers, the guy that's going to be pushing the limit and going to break his records from last year, AJ Brown. Like every fantasy draft that I'm in, I'm going like AJ Brown for sure in the first round, because I know that he's going to be the go guy too. I do believe that Kellen Moore is switching up the game so much, and AJ Brown is such a threat that you cannot defend him without looking for other weapons as well. So either going to be something where AJ Brown gets his streak of 8 games with at least 100 yards, but I believe that everyone else in the team is going to be receiving the passes and sharing the ball a lot. So to me, AJ Brown is going to be the guy for sure, but the offense is not going to have a problem at all, even if his numbers are not that great as well.
Gail, you and I were talking about this earlier, though. Like, it's really interesting. What we're most worried or concerned about, based upon what happened when they were 10-1 last season, is the coaching. We want to make sure there's everyone is on the same page, and if someone's fucking up, that person takes a step back. It doesn't keep doing the same dumb shit over and over and over. So as long as Sirianni doesn't. If he takes some control and he realizes, hey, maybe I'm overstepping, and he lets Kellen do his job, he lets Vic do his job, I feel like they have a really good shot of winning at least 12 or 13 games this season.
Kellen has been an offensive coordinator since I think 2019, 2020. And since that time, 5-6 years, he has had the top 5 offense 2 times.
Yeah. He's also
a great coordinator.
He's also there to take his job. If Sirianni screws up and Kellen does well, Sirianni will not be here and Kellen will.
Yeah, because he was interviewed. He was one of the candidates that was interviewed. Yeah,
I mean, Sirianni definitely knows that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the funny thing. I had brought that up in a couple podcasts when we brought on Kellen Moore. Just think about your jobs, right? The guy that interviewed before you got hired for the job is now in the same offices as you, and he just took over your responsibility.
Standing next to you.
It's got to feel like, again, obviously there's the words about, what the vibes are like with Sirianni within the locker room and Hurts, and like you heard little things here and there, but it's not like anyone's ever going to talk about that, or you're going to ever get that kind of anyone to talk about that. But it's got to be weird for Sirianni to have that kind of vibe. It's all playing out in front of him. He can't. He's really the coordinator of vibes right now. So like he's got to get this team.
He has to play in the CEO. He's the CEO coach, so he has to understand is Vic's old school, right? Kellen is going. You got to let Kellen be Kellen, and Kellen do him. And with this type of weapons with Jahan Dotson and AJ Brown, I mean, Jahan is probably what, the 5th, 6th option at this point. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, it's the 5th option.
Like people are like, oh, well, it's disrespectful. I was watching a podcast and it was with Gerald McCoy and Van Noy. Van Noy. I don't know if you remember him. He played for the Patriots back in day one championship.
Oh yeah, Van Noy, yeah.
Yeah, and he was saying it's disrespectful, and that because the Commanders didn't believe in him. And it's like, well, I mean, look at what the type of quarterbacks he was playing with. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the duct tape Commanders. Like, come on, let's stop playing here. Like, this is like a first A1, or ran well organization. He's coming to Philadelphia where, hey, we need you just to run routes. I mean, he runs smooth routes. And Gail, you said it 2 or 3 podcasts ago. This is a way better option than Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins has lost several games. If Quez Watkins catches that ball in the Super Bowl against Chiefs, we win. We win.
Yeah, I was just think about it like against the Packers. I think the third corner of the Packers is a guy like Corey Ballantyne. I don't know who is the third corner of the Packers. He'll be facing Jahan Dotson. We know
they do got good safeties, though. I gotta give it to them. They got good safety.
Yeah. When you say like CB1, CB2, and CB3, can they guard our weapons? And that's a question that will be answered on game day. But I do think when it's a bevy of riches, and we're not even talking about Saquon Barkley out of the backfield catching passes, because he can do that as well. So it's just crazy.
With Kellen as the OC, I think we're going to see a lot of Devonta Smith coming out of the slot.
See, I mean, but then the other thing, all these guys are pretty much interchangeable. All these guys can work from the slot, which is also a blessing.
Can we get a timeout real quick? Because Mike is over here showing off his man cave.
All right, hold on.
Mike, listen. Me and Mike been following each other for a long time. This man broke his foot same time I broke my foot, and to see what he is doing now is crazy work.
Yeah, like Mike, you don't got to flex like this,
Mike is crazy. Work. Mike, come on.
Turn off.
He needs to. He's been asking us to do a show in his man cave for a minute, and I see why.
If I come back home, I'm doing a show in Mike's man cave.
You have a lovely wife who allows you to do such things.
Mike, that is ridiculous.
Now, for the people who are listening on the podcast later on, tomorrow or something, Michael is showing us his man cave. It looks like a museum in there.
Bro, this joint is crazy.
Hold
on, go back, Mike, go back.
Where?
What's the Cunningham joint? Go back to the Cunningham joint. The Pro Bowl joint? Oh my God. Son, I ain't never seen that.
Cunningham?
Pro Bowl, baby.
Yeah, I've never seen a Cunningham Pro Bowl joint. Have you?
Hold on. You know what? I'll just give you the tour. It's very messy, bro. I'm in the middle of moving a lot around, but I got you. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Mike, we
upstairs, son.
My Dawkins wall.
Yeah.
He's been waiting for this moment. Mike's been waiting for this moment.
He's just flexing right now, right?
This is a total flex.
This is a total flex right here.
We just got.
I really like the stairs.
Moment.
Oh, bro, I've never seen that, bro.
I allowed that one though. That's so. beautiful.
Yo, he make my man cave look like Kenny.
Well, I got plenty more. These are the newest ones that are going up. In Jackson.
I collect shoes.
So, Mike, why don't you hook up some of our fellow Brazilians with some autographs? They'll be good.
I'll bring some stuff down.
Oh, see,
I'll bring some stuff down
because we're hoping to link up with these guys while we're in Brazil as well. So this is
for sure.
This is but I people when the people.
Clarification, I live in Kentucky.
There you go. Yeah. Kentucky, yeah. Kentucky.
I just want to say, Marissa, just want to let you guys know the men and women are beautiful. So, Heinous and Iago, you guys are beautiful, man.
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you.
Down there. I'm flattered.
Yeah, he's Rico Suave now. He's blushing over there. You know what I'm saying?
Elena says, Marissa, he said, girl, I know I need to go. Damn, school messed up my plans. So,
yo, Bob said my
shout out to sis.
I'm gonna say my breakout player. Getting back to that, I'm gonna say that I do think Sqaud is gonna have a huge game this game. I think this is kind of like he's been paid to have a big breakout game today. I mean, all the talk about his injuries and like putting him in a glass case. What was your first reaction when we signed Sqaud, Heinous?
So the Sqaud announcement, I remember, was so out of it. Like I cannot believe it. Like we were heard the rumors, right? Oh, where he's gonna go? The timbering talk and everything that the people were even thinking about it. But when the moment came, it was like, this still can be happening, right? Like this is really Howie is finally paying for a running back, and it's gonna be this running back that played in Penn State. I remember I was in our group chat. There was a guy who is a huge Penn State fan, and he just sent an audio note like crying, "Oh, I cannot believe!" And this sells our excitement, because we even something that we knew was probably going to happen. There are a lot of news, but at the moment that happened was incredible. And I completely agree with you. I believe that he's going to be the key for this game, right? So since the starters didn't play in the preseason, I feel like they started going to be a lot of runs, a lot of pounding the ball, rounding it to make sure that the offensive line stays in shape, right? So I believe that he's going to be the key, not only because of how they are being paid, like how they be called, but because of how the game plan is going to be turned out to be decided at the moment.
What about you, Iago? What was your initial reaction when we signed Sqaud?
Barkley? Yeah, my best friend is a Giants fan, so I went straight right to his message and like was having fun with his face a little bit. But talking about Sqaud, I think like we had DeAndre Swift last year, and he was a really, really, really good running back and was very serviceable for us. But Saquon's another level of running back. I think Sqaud is a guy more like LeSean McCoy, that he can like put the game and finish the game. Just using him as a runner and also as a pass catcher, because he has multiple arms. And some people have some questions about this offensive line because of the right guard position and about Cam Jurgens playing center. We don't have Kelsey anymore. But I think we are good enough to open the holes that Sqaud need.
Perk is talking about he's looking at Isaiah Rodgers and J-Dot to have some big games. Mike is still showing off his merch.
That Jawn is fire.
Is that?
This is how you get. Hey, Mike. This is how you get robbed. Okay, you don't just go out.
He lives in Kentucky. He lives in Kentucky.
In Kentucky,
Stop.
That's
he lives in Kentucky.
I'm going to try and pronounce it. Yomi. All jerseys match worn.
No.
Okay.
I would if they were all match worn, I would have to take out a loan. And I'd probably live in my car.
Marissa says, wait, so I hear there are more Eagle fans than Packer fans in Brazil.
They're going to be.
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no. The biggest fan base in Brazil is the Packers.
Really?
Yes. Actually, it is like between the Patriots and the Packers, like statistically.
Why?
But like
it's so strange.
Yeah, the colors, right? Yellow and green. It is like more welcome to Brazil than only green. So and there was announcement. A big announcer here was also a huge Packers fans. So people got like following the announcer and being supportive of the Packers. So it is something that became huge here in Brazil. But the Patriots, of course, because of Brady and Gisele and everything else. But the Packers is one of the building fan base here. But at the stadium, we feel like this is going to be very well divided. Like we are expecting to make a lot of noise, and the stadium is built. They do have like these acoustics to make sure that when you go out, you can hear in the field, in the pitch. So even though they are in a larger number, we are way noisier. We make our own party, and we're gonna make sure that we are as loud as them, or even like we're gonna have a bigger impact, even being not as much as them.
But we are not Philadelphians. Like we are not Philadelphians, but we sure can party like ones.
Do you see Helene's question? I actually don't know the answer. Do you know what uniforms? Is it just gonna be green and black?
Yeah, I don't know it. Like all the communications that we have here, the Eagles are in white and the Packers are in green. So I think that they're probably going to go that way. But the Eagles used to play in white during the first games in the season, right? Because of the heat in Philly. But here it's going to be a night and it's going to be a little more chilly. I don't know if it does make sense, but all the communication is going to white.
Resident diehard fan Chris Nady in the building.
Yeah. Nady, to ask Nady how he feels about this.
Because
Nady probably feels some way about that, Mike.
This is what Nady looks like.
looks like Nady.
You're gonna in about 5 seconds. You're gonna see some really nasty things being written in that chat.
Yeah, I feel bad because this is the first game. I don't think I'm gonna see Nady yet.
Nady's not going?
No, Nady's not going to Brazil.
Not going.
No.
Wow, that's shocking.
Brazil.
I actually am finally going to have one up on Nady for stadiums.
So I'm gonna live vicariously for Nady. That
there it is.
That rarely happens.
Shout out to Nady, man.
He said, "F you, Mike. I was supposed to buy that 3 times." Oh man. So. I know you guys shared some photos. They actually shared some video of the stadium. I just want to share this real quick. This is crazy. Let me, if I could just do things. Why
you showing us your OnlyFans, bro?
Let's see here.
Is that the stadium?
That is the stadium.
Oh wow.
That is nice, man.
Yeah. How many people? How many people does that stadium hold?
It's 40.
Gotta be 80,000.
No, it's 40,000.
How much?
45.
40.
Okay, so it's like the same as the link.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it does feel smaller than the link, but it is like a very nice stadium. Like it's very far from the city, so just like the link is at the south, is very to the west. To the west of the city, but it is like a very nice view. We can, for people that come up early, we get like a beautiful sunset because you don't have the city sky view of it. And at night, it's gonna be just like so packed and so loud that it's gonna be an incredible atmosphere.
Is it covered?
So it's gonna be intimate. It's gonna be an intimate stadium.
Partially.
No, sorry, it's not covered. Like in the video, you can see that it has an open roof and the sides are open, but it's still very, very intimate.
Okay, I got you.
And upper deck doesn't feel like nosebleeds.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm about to bring some photos that they shared with me in the chat.
I mean, it's just like the link. There's no bad seat in the link. None. No bad seat.
Yes, the link is awesome, man.
Yeah. Bob's cracking me up in the chat.
People are excited. I know people got questions. I wanted to bring up this photo of the stadium real quick. I do a lot of things at one time, you know. Sometimes I don't know if my brain can function. I didn't even. I haven't even fully packed. Did you fully pack, Mike? Are you good to go?
Yeah. I tried packing, but I didn't pack well enough, so my wife's packing.
Okay, nice.
She didn't like the way I packed, so I'm not allowed to pack.
Toothbrush, Mike.
So
that's about it. That's all I can pack.
So here's a picture of the stadium here. That's the open area you're talking about.
In this picture, it was still at the construction, as you can see down there. But it is like you have all this open stage in the back, and they built it for the World Cup, right? So they had like this moving where you guys can see behind the spot. They had a moving bleacher that they remove it, so it is all open on that side with seats below it. So it's like if I'm not wrong, it's 7 floors below the street level. So it is like a place where it's not nosebleed, and you have like a beautiful view of the game wherever you're sitting.
Tell us. I mean, I've heard rumors that Sao Paulo has the worst traffic in the world. Is this true?
Yeah, that rumor is true. It's not the worst traffic in the world, because like you have cities where people drive more carelessly. Like I've been to Mexico City, and it's way more chaotic. I've been to Los Angeles, and I felt more chaotic than Sao Paulo. But we do have like a lot of traffic, because there's a lot of people and a lot of cars, and mostly focus on the same avenues, right? So it is something that you have to schedule yourself. Like, for example, I was talking to the reporters. They have to get to the stadium 3 hours before the game, right? So I was telling them, start to get ready to leave 6 hours before, because if you reach out at the right moment, the right traffic, even though it's like 1 hour, it can become 2 hours or almost 3 hours to get to there.
All right, so we have to leave 3 hours before to get to the stadium.
Actually, no, because it will not be at the rush hour. But I would recommend you guys leaving early to make sure that you guys don't get late. Like,
Gail, are you gonna be okay?
I'm sure Vince will be fine, dude. Vince probably.
Gail, Gail. If you don't know Gail, Gail hates traffic.
Well, I just want to let you know that the Eagles these are the things I'm willing to get outside of my comfort zone for. Like,
I'm gonna make sure I'm on your bus, because I want to get video of your face while this is happening.
Hey, I'm gonna
sweat and angry bullets.
Hey, I'm gonna need my emotional support, Eagle fans, with me. Give me a hug. See me?
Gail hates traffic so much, bro. Gail, it literally turns into New Jersey Drive. He is like, he hates traffic. And this man drove from Delaware to New York almost 2-3 times a week.
Well, that's probably why he hates traffic so much.
Yeah,
There's other reasons, but I'll spare you that story.
Of
being trapped in a bus in 120-degree weather. I'll spare you that one.
The turnpike
in the Lincoln Tunnel.
I feel like you just told us. And I feel like you should tell us.
Well, I got trapped in a bus. And is this story time? Well, people started taking, if you guys saw that story with the Chargers players taking their clothes off in the elevator because they got stuck in the elevator.
So it was like Nelly.
Picture that, but being on a bus with people that you've commuted with for like 10 years. And now everyone's almost naked because it's so hot on the bus and people are passing out. I called my girl. I'm like, look, I'm trapped on a bus in the Lincoln Tunnel. It's 120 something degrees in this bus. People are passing out. I was like, this might be my last call. It was crazy. And then after that, I could never be on a bus again for like 2 years.
Did you start turning into Nelly and saying it's getting hot in here or something?
Oh,
like
yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, exactly what I was saying.
But I'll be good. I'll be good. Now,
big shout out to Gail today. Gail called me earlier and said, "Mike, do you have that that NFL extra points card?" And I said, "Yes, I do." And he said, "Did you know that they have experiences where you can get on the field before the game and at halftime?" And I said, "I did not." And I got the last one.
Hey,
so this guy's going to be on the field, and then he's going to be there for halftime. It
wasn't actually bad. It was only 20,000 points. Like it wasn't really that bad. And if you go to the pro shop, you get 3 times the points on the Eagles gear. So it's like,
oh, okay.
Who is the Brazilian singer that's singing?
Anita.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? We're all going to be messed up by the time halftime comes.
But we have this rumor again to talk about rumors that probably The Weeknd is gonna sing as well.
The Weeknd?
Yeah.
Toronto, like Canada.
Yeah. He has the show on São Paulo on the next day, and Anita has recorded a song with him that is called São Paulo.
Oh, he's definitely got
Anita's
it.
Big though, but Anita's big, bro.
So like get ready for something special. I'm gonna be drunk probably, but
I posted this rumor on Twitter
Anita.
like a month ago.
It's Anita
because people found out that they recorded a song together, but they didn't launch it yet. And he's making a solo show here in Brazil. It's the only one show a day after the game or 2 days after the game. So he'll probably be here.
I just looked it up. It says a Brazilian pop star Anita. So people in the chat saying big star. I've never, but I'm looking forward to it.
She's like really big here.
She's big.
Shout out to Daniel in the chat. Thank you for joining. He said, "Let's go. Good content about Brazil. Finally, yes, finally."
Like a little left-handed compliment.
I am so excited about going to Brazil. You have no idea.
Are you ready to be a trip coordinator? Are you really ready?
Have I been coordinating today?
Yeah. You also called me and said, "I don't know."
Michael will also be on NBC and CBS getting interviewed.
Maybe
tomorrow.
I still have to convince my wife to get there 4 hours before the flight leaves.
I mean, who doesn't
let me
want
do this, bro? But do you think?
I mean, passports are ready, right?
Passports are ready.
Oh, then you ready? You ready to go, Mike? You ready to go?
Now, I know. Go ahead.
Can I ask you something? Are you guys staying in São Paulo and you guys going somewhere else after the game?
Rio, then Sao Paulo is like we're splitting.
Yeah, we'll be in Rio first for 4 days, and then Sao Paulo.
Yeah, we'll be out. Well, actually, we're gonna be outside Sao Paulo. We're gonna be in like an hour outside in a Club Med.
This is gonna be like a little bit like not news for you guys, but it's better to do the opposite because Rio is way beautiful than São Paulo. So like after you spend like the days in here and say, "Oh, it's so beautiful, it's so hot, so nice," then you're gonna get São Paulo, which is a lot different. Like it's a big city, so I hope you guys enjoy it as well. But like I
feel like you're talking some shit on Sao Paulo.
Right?
No, I'm all about like we're getting when we get to Sao Paulo, we're getting back to business. Like this is a business trip.
Exactly. Yeah, this is
business trip.
Just like
I feel like that for the first 4 days, though.
You know, my thing is like when I get into a town, I like to just marinate for the first couple of days. The day before, I'm like, let's go. You go to a pep rally. I heard you guys might have like a little pep rally, like a little party. Is that the night before the game?
Yes, we'll be hosting a Birds in Brazil. It's a partnership with the Eagles market team, and they have been supporting us a lot. They really want to do something special for the Eagles fans in Brazil and Latin America, for people that are coming from the other country for the game. And they are really pushing us and like adding so much to it. We have confirmed already the cheerleaders are presenting. We have the soup representation, and for people that are following us account on Instagram, perhaps tomorrow or on Sunday, we're gonna have a new update about another guest that is coming to our party as well.
Would it be a former someone? I don't know. The weekend. The weekend.
Could be someone who is currently working on the team as well, but like there are a lot of options that we can. We are still waiting to put the ink on the paper. We are doing the touch push to get it ready, but it's something that we are really excited for, and it's going to be amazing because people are asking about the tickets on the chat, and it was something that was very hard to get. They were expensive for our average income, and they went so fast. Like
it wasn't as bad as Germany though. Germany was nuts.
Yeah,
this is better. Yeah, Germany was like starting at $1,200 a ticket, which is just ridiculous, considering that it was like two of the worst teams are playing each other.
I heard that in Mexico City it was cheaper, and they took like way more to sell it, and they're using the Germany comparison for Brazil because it went as quick, even though they are charging as much as it was for our personal income here. So they just really went for us to help us because we want to do something for the fans that could not get a ticket, or for the fans that are like my friends are each one in one section. So we want to do something special for everyone so we can get on the same page and celebrate the Eagles coming to Brazil in the day before. So we're going to have this party. It's going to be something truly exciting.
Yeah, we're going, right?
Everyone that wants to be here. Yeah, I hope you guys
we're going to this, right?
I would like to break off and go to the where I don't know
exactly where I'm going. Some details. I definitely want to go.
But I'm trying to be there.
Yeah.
So. now Kevin had asked this question. Sao Paulo doesn't have any beaches, not like Rio.
So yes, no. So like this is gonna scare you, Gail, because like to get to a beach in Sao Paulo, you have to drive at least like 1 hour or 1 hour and a half at least. To get to a good one is like 3 hours drive. So it's not as good it's not as serious.
I mean, it's like going to Atlantic. It's like it's like going to Atlantic City. It's like Atlantic City.
Yeah.
But to go to the best beaches in Brazil, you have to go to the Northeast region.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's where I live.
Where Yado live, yeah.
Slight flex.
Maybe. Now, I mean,
3-4 hours flight, okay? A 4-hour flight.
Now, I mean, are there? I mean, a lot of Eagle fans are asking, like, what are the best places to see in Rio? We'll start with Rio and then go Sao Paulo. Some best places to see.
Taking notes.
Definitely taking notes.
Yeah. So Rio, I really like it. The center region, where you do have a lot of bars and a lot of stuff to do, but the key point to go there is the tourist place. So you have the Sugar Loaf, which is a mountain with the prairie, right? It was in James Bond's movie and stuff like this. And when you go there, you're gonna have this amazing view of the city and so many good place to see and to explore. So this would be like the number one place to go there. For foreigners that are coming to Rio, I really recommend the Leblon. Very close to Leblon. It's L, just like Lebron, but without the R, you use another L. So Leblon.
Got it.
Yeah. And it is like a very nice region. It's a place where you have like malls and a beautiful beach and a lot of bars and restaurants. And it's a very international place, neighborhood. So you guys are gonna find someone who speaks English like very easily. And it is like a beautiful region to stay and to know it as well. Other place in Rio that people often go is the statue of Christ, right? Which is in the Hell Mountain, and it is another place to go. And you can get the same ticket for the Sugar Loaf and for the statue on the same day. So it is like an amazing ride to do on the first day to visit and to meet. But any beach you go in the Rio de Janeiro, you're probably gonna find a good place to see and a good place to enjoy the city.
Daniel says you guys have no idea how much of a big fan base we have here. Friends from 10 to 20 plus years were made since the Andy Reid days. Now I know Helmi asked, how much were your tickets? How much did your tickets cost?
My tickets were I went to the last game I went to for the Eagles was Eagles and and the Cowboys in November last year, right? And I got like a huge section was $400 when I went there, and I paid almost the same price here, but for a lower level. So here will be like for 420 something like that in reais, but I got like a lower level down there.
Shout out to Andrew. He will be. Yeah, I guess he will be on this trip. So he says, "See you tomorrow, Gail. Can't wait. Hopefully you get some sleep tonight. I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm just trying to make sure.
Taking NyQuil right after this, knock myself out.
Kid and Christmas.
You guys want to see my Brazilian hat?
I thought you were gonna say Brazilian or something else.
Yeah, I'm just, Gail, you gotta promise that you're not gonna get a BBL while you're down there.
No, we already told him he's BBL Gail. He come back. Yeah, BBL Gail. Yeah,
BBLG.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Now?
It's like 60% off or something.
So
it's a little colorful. Is it too colorful?
Yeah. I feel that it is like a little bit past. Like you're probably going to be recognized as a story.
Put yourself on the main screen so everyone can see.
All right.
Put your hat back on and show everybody. You weren't like it's small there. Put yourself on the main.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Is this too much?
Wow, that is loud.
It is
I love
beautiful.
that.
That is beautiful.
Fire,
that's fire, but
that's
that's loud.
It's Gail. This is Gail.
You gotta wear that. You have to wear
everyone
that.
will
You have to wear it. Like you have to wear it. Like
I'll wear it on the plane. Okay.
No, you gotta wear it out too, and you gotta make some.
You gonna have that joint on, man.
Yeah.
Have that joint on with
tonight to match it.
Have that joint on with a BBL. You all right?
I'm gonna say Jaime, because fly eagles fly. I saw Deborah earlier in the chat. She said that you guys had some kind of video of Super Bowl celebration.
I have to find it because I'm not exactly know where it is, but like we had the pub where we used to host games, right? And we would have watch parties and stuff like this here in São Paulo, and it's a place that we are. They're going to be a pep rally for American fans there as well. And we went for the Super Bowl there and was like a huge mess. We crowded the bar. We had like over 180 people there. And during the first touchdown, Alshon Jeffrey touchdown, we broke a wall. We really broke the wall. Like there was like this drywall.
You gotta show us this video.
I don't have it. I have to find it. But
all right, well, here, if we come to visit you and party with you guys in Brazil, by that time between now and then, you got to find that video.
Deborah was
Yeah.
very hyped in the chat. So this guy must be.
Number.
She
Deborah
says
has
she's
my
got
number. She can send me the
BBL
video.
Claude says, "What's up, fellas? We're just about a week away. I'm super hyped, and I'm done all my fantasy drafting, so I'm bouncing off the walls until kickoff."
We can't post anything up to on the big screen that Bob's saying.
Y'all all headed to Brazil. I am fortunate to be headed to Brazil. Michael is also going to Brazil. He'll be on the same flight as me tomorrow.
I sold my liver to pay for it.
And Iago will be in Sao Paulo on Thursday, and Heinous already lives in Sao Paulo, so it's
What's the video? Show us the video.
I stated the video in the DMs. Like it is part of the video because you cannot see the wall that is broke, but you can see like a little bit of our noise, how we performed that night. But it was like crazy, and just have to remember, like we are here in Brazil, and it's not like the Super Bowl was not as big as it is now. But at the time, like it was like a regular Sunday, and we were partying at one of the main streets in São Paulo, like 3 a.m. at the car park. Like we were just louding the music and
make it big, make it big. Yeah, main screen. Oh my God, you're all packed in there.
Who's the 49er fan?
What's up with the 49ers?
Yeah, this was 2017, so
throw him in the bathroom.
He's just
throw him in the bathroom.
Put him in the bathroom.
No, there were a lot of people that were cheering against the Patriots, right? Because the Patriots is the big team here in Brazil. So most of the people there who were not Eagles fans, they were supporting against the Patriots, right?
Where's the wall that got broken?
Oh god.
The wall is like the one in the back. You can see at the beginning of the video there was like a Stellar wall ad, and then at the end of the video the Stellar wall just missing. It's because like we pushed the wall back, and if you have like 1 inch of the wall that was like crooked, like the Lean Tower of Pizza, there was the wall at the bar.
That's great.
And you know, we had a good time for sure. That
Deborah says, I think I have it here. I will send you that. I mean, that was great. I mean, it's funny to see all the different moments. I remember I have footage on my phone that I haven't shared with the masses. So I've had it in my phone for a long time about Super Bowl. It's such a special day that I felt like I don't need to share this with anyone. This is
it was your birthday, though. It was your birthday, though, bro.
And it was my birthday.
It was his
Oh,
birthday.
it's really great, yeah.
Best birthday ever. Best birthday
there were only
ever.
like 4 times I've ever cried with a
ever.
bunch of other people. Only 4 of the times I've ever cried with other people. Brian Dawkins' induction into the Hall of Fame, Eagles winning the Super Bowl. That doesn't matter about the other 2. Just those 2.
Oh, I mean,
my kids and I got married.
Just people
kids
crying
got married in
in the street.
I'm married, but no kids.
I literally broke my toe. Like kicking a chair. I broke my toe kicking a chair that game. Damn. Super Bowl 52.
Nice.
Shout out to the
excitement.
Shout out to Headless Horseman. He has a question. He says, does Iago or Hannes or Mike have Eagles channels, content? Go Birds.
Mine's my @ on Twitter, or sorry, X.
I'm going to bring up Iagos's page here if you want to follow them and listen. Also listen to the podcast. Not only Eagle fans in Philadelphia have podcasts, but these guys also have a podcast here. So make sure you follow them at AGUIASNOAR.
That means birds in air, on air.
Yeah.
Birds on air.
I've seen that. I've seen
I
that
guess
before.
no
I've seen a lot of things retweeted from their account. So
and now if you want to go follow Hannes' page, it's Eagles at Eagles BR on Twitter. And if you guys are also on Instagram, just let us know where you guys are at.
Yeah.
What are you showing us?
I just want to add something. Well, Iago showed the video of people at the party. It, just like you said, we come from different generation of Eagles fans, right? So people that were for Andy Reid, people that came from Chip Kelly years, from Doug Peterson, the Super Bowl years was also so huge. But one thing that is important is how much content people from Philadelphia were doing to make sure that we were able to access. Like Ford and Jawn was one of the first podcasts that I watched that was made from fans. And this is something that motivates us, right? Because we are fans and we are trying to talk to people in Portuguese about sport and how we feel it. So it is something for us that is so nice to be part of an episode like this, because it's the reason why we build it, you know?
That's crazy, man. And again, like when we started our own podcast, it was just about like bringing people to, like, this is what we're talking about, bringing Eagles fans together. I think this is a great opportunity just to meet Eagle fans all across the globe. And I get high every week on the Eagles. I don't do drugs, y'all, but I do the Eagles. And when I get
we are really heavy users. We are heavy users.
So when I get to see like Eagle fans in their element, it's like there's no better feeling than and then again, like running into you guys all over. Like I ran into Michael in different cities randomly in Carolina, and then I've ran into Michael at the pro shop many a times where these are places we go frequent. It's just like what Eagle fans do.
Yeah.
And meeting, there's a difference between an Eagle fan and diehard. You guys bleed green, and it shows. So I mean, I'm very
excited. Is seeing someone that you've seen in a game, and then you see them also outside. So like you see them in normal clothes, they're acting normal, no vein popping out of the side of their head, and then you see them at a game and they're losing their fucking mind, like just sweat and screaming. They're like the veins popping out. You think that they're gonna have an aneurysm, and like totally different people. And it's just amazing how passionate we are. But then you see someone out there and like, yo, like, wait, you're in a suit and tie? Like, what?
Shout out to DJ. He says he will be at the 4th and Jawn tailgate event for the ATL game week 2. If for those who observe tailgating in Philadelphia, week 2 will be the home opener. When is the next time you guys are going to be in Philly for a football game? Is this?
Yeah, so I do have a sister that lives in Atlanta and another sister that lives in Minneapolis. So I always try to, like, when I visit him, one of them to go to a game. Last time we worked in November. I'm not sure it's going to happen here. I hope that they come for Brazil, like for once, so I don't have to travel every year to the US.
Come to the Cowboys game. I got 2 tickets. I can't go to it.
Come
to the Cowboys game at home. I literally have 2 tickets. I cannot go.
I'd like to go.
I was there this year.
I would like to go.
I would like to go.
Yeah, let me see the tickets.
No, I would love to see Eagle fans who have never been to an Eagles game. I've seen grown ass men cry for the first time watching that. Like, because there's on certain occasions it'll be their first time seeing the Eagles at the link. It's a different story. Like, they've seen them all over, but like you see that moment, I was like, go ahead, cry, man. You can cry. It's all right.
Hey, perfect example. So this is after we won the Super Bowl, right? And I'm there with Gail, one of my good friends, JD. And JD's like, yo, I have an extra ticket. Who are we giving it to? I talked to Gail. I said, Gail, you know anybody we can give this ticket to? Gail gives it to this young man, never been to an Eagles game. And our seats were like literally on the 50-yard line. Like, wow, we were sitting nice.
Yeah, the time.
And this guy, his face was like, and Gail's like, yeah, just soak it up.
Remember that?
Like, it was so amazing, bro.
He randomly comes to tailgates here and there, but like that he didn't expect to go to a game, and that's the part of, like, brotherly love, just being like, you're really gonna take me in? I'm like, bro, have you never been to a game before, right? It's like, no. It's like, well, you're going to watch it from the 40-yard line.
First of all, it's very expensive to go to games. It really is. It's a lot of money. So there's so many people that just go to the tailgates just to be in the atmosphere, but they've never stepped inside the stadium. It's wild, because you assume if you're going in that everyone else around you is also going in, but that's not the case. There's hundreds and hundreds of people that stay in the parking lot and watch it on somebody's TV, or they go home and they watch it at home. They just want to be there to be a part of it. It's wild.
Eagle in Damasa. I murdered that. He says, I'm 32 and I'm gonna cry next Friday for sure.
Let's hope it's happy tears.
Yeah, we're hoping definitely so.
Joyful tears.
Andre says, I want to spend Christmas and New Year's Eve in New York City. If there are any tickets left, I'll take them.
And
I offer up the Brazilian first, Andre. You can be second in line.
Hey, if you come to a game, that's your friend, is it?
Yeah. He was with us at last Super Bowl party, and his wife was pregnant. Like, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but she was like 4 to 6 months pregnant, and she was at the bar with us. And you saw how packed it was at the first Super Bowl. And when he entered with her, I was like, man, come on, man, what are you doing, man? It's not more than like it's too dangerous for her. But she was like, no, I want to be here, and she wanted to be here. She wanted to be with us, and at the end, like, we were all sad, but I was hugging him and saying, look, man, it was. He said, like, I had to come, like, and I said that you're right, even though, like, she had to leave earlier, but he had to stay there for the rest of the game.
Peggy chimes in, that will be me. Love the Eagles, but never went to a game. I tell you, when I went to a game, it was an experience that changed my life. And then I was like, I need to be at every single Eagle game as much as possible. And now that's the one thing, is like, I haven't missed a home opener or first game of the year in the years. So there's no way I was missing this one in Brazil.
Yeah, I was Peggy. Like, when I was a kid, Like I went with my dad. Like it was a lot cheaper to go to like Phillies games or Flyers games, but like I can count literally on one hand how many times we went to Eagles games because it just was a lot of money, and like then being able to go myself, it feels like an honor, honestly, and being amongst like family and friends, and like you said, crying among friends. It's something you can't describe to someone who just doesn't love like my wife likes football, but she doesn't love football. Like she goes, she enjoys it, but me, I'm over here like Jason Kelce retiring. I'll give you an example. Jason Kelce retiring. I paused everything I was doing. I shut down for the day, like for 4 hours. She's in the other room on the phone, and she goes, "Hold on a second." And she comes in and goes, "Why are you crying?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Why am I crying? Look." Like Jason Kelce, he goes, "Oh yeah, I gotta go. Mike's crying." Like it's just, they don't get. She gets it, but you don't get it. But it's one of those things you get so wrapped up in it that it's so hard. It's so hard to disconnect from it, and that's why they say we're the craziest fans because we just connect so deeply.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can go right behind you, bro. Like, I'm diehard, man. I grew up at the Vet. I grew up at the Vet, and the only time we used to get tickets, I used to go to the Vet. My pops worked at 3M. And they would give us tickets all the time. So I would go to the Sixers, the Spectrum. I mean, we have Manute Ball and Charles Barkley, like Clarence Weatherspoon, and I would go watch this. I watched the Eagles. Eric Allen came to my school in 1990, I think 92. Man, like the DARE program, stay off drugs or don't do drugs or something like that. Like,
you mean the program that failed? Yeah,
it did fail. Yeah. But like that. It meant so much to me, and I used to watch my pops. He'd drink his Thunderbird and be yelling at the TV, and I'd be like, "What? Like, why?" And he's like, "Sit down and watch this young man, number 12, Randall Cunningham, and I'm gonna tell you right now, he's gonna make a difference." And watching him, Ray Rose, like all that, bro, it just ruining me. Now I get to pass that off to my daughter, and my daughter is a big Jalen Hurts fan. So it gets passed down generation to generation. And when we watch the game with my pops now, and it's 2024, it's like, he's like, yeah, like, and me and my brother, and there, I think total of 9 grandkids, he's like, yo, y'all did me well. Like, you guys did me well. Like I'm going to die. I'm going to be buried in the Eagles jersey. And I want all you guys to be there with me and with the Eagles jersey. Like, that's how diehard fans we are.
Did you see that thing on Twitter that was going around about the guy who was buried in the Dawkins jersey, and all the people, the pallbearers and everything, were wearing Eagles jersey? It was literally like a week ago, maybe. Right. It's just, that's how deep it is. It's just, it's. I know you say it's a religion, but it's so much more. It's like beyond that. It's something that you get so wrapped up in that it affects every aspect of your life. Like when the Eagles were 10-1 last year, and they just started that deep dive, like that just absolute crash. And then I probably shouldn't be using these words because they were flying tomorrow, but whatever. But like,
you okay, Gail?
It just hurt, and I was so angry, like like for weeks. And my wife was just like, "Why are you mad? Like it's Thursday." And I'm like, "Well, Sunday was like just like yesterday."
Right.
It just sticks with you, and it's an amazing and awful thing all at once.
I got to talk to Brian Dawkins, and he was talking about having people in his jersey being buried. Like he talked how how he took that personal. He's like, like you hear that, and he's like, I mean, there's a responsibility to that, and I think. Right. But you were saying, Iago?
I think it involves so much aspects of our lives. Like my dog's names is Zach because of Zach Ertz.
Hey,
yes.
Hey, my dog's name is Philly. You know what I'm saying? You get it.
Yeah.
It's funny because Andre said my dog's name is Philly Special. You guys are stick-ups.
Right there, Iago, right there. My boy.
All you guys have problems. All you guys have problems. And I know all your passwords have something to do with Eagles. I'm just
everyone in here, yo, Gail, you chill out, bro.
I'm not trying to
yo, you over here, you the feds?
Chill out, bro. Everyone's over here like, oh, I know their passwords. Like,
oh man, Yago, I got a question. But Yago, I have a question.
First,
that's funny. Yago, I have a question. Who is your favorite Eagle of all time?
All time,
yeah.
There's no wrong answer.
It gotta be Kelsey, man.
Okay,
it's gotta be Kelsey.
That's a great choice.
Yeah, I think Kelsey embodies the spirit of Philly. It's like the representation of the city, the representation of what being an Eagle means.
Right.
Being an Eagle is being like Jason Kelsey. I think it's like how he conducted himself as an Eagle.
Still,
it's still an Eagle, and how he is all about the team, all about the city. His speech after the Super Bowl victory,
best speech of all time.
Yes, best speech of all time, because he named it one by one. Aguilar can catch.
Yo, you know he didn't. Right. You know he didn't rehearse that at all. Guarantee.
Yeah. It came right from his heart. That speech,
and the fact that his wife does everything that his wife does, and his family's so involved. Like, it's hard. It's hard not to just. He can do no wrong. Let's just put it that way. He really can't. And he's crushing it in post and retirement. He's got that huge deal with Garage. He did,
$100 million.
$100 million for their podcast. I mean,
he'll be at ESPN.
You can't be happier for the guy. Oh, also,
Kelsey.
That's right.
Oh, yes, sir.
Flex.
Flexing. He been flexing.
But I'll be probably.
I got one that's going up on Twitter soon. It's going to be for raffle. Just pay attention.
You want me to break out my football helmet signed by Kelsey?
Fuck yeah, dude.
No, I'm kidding. Shout out to
come rob you instead of me.
Yeah, I live in China.
You live in. Did you say in Kenya?
China.
No, China.
Dawood said his favorite Eagle player of all time is Reggie White. Zach with the off the cuff answer. Irving Fryer.
Irving Fryer was my guy.
Shout out to Irving Fryer, who's doing podcasts with Hollis Thomas, vetted show. You can see them live at Dolan's Bar.
There's no color band. I'm sorry. There's a question in the thing. They're not color band. That's not happening. No.
Oh, come on.
Both of the teams wear green, right?
I'm about to say that.
How can you ban green?
Yeah, it'd be a little crazy. Well, I mean, they are bringing the players to the stadium in armored vehicles.
Speaking of color,
that's actually true. That's not bullshit. That's
yeah.
Speaking of colors, shout out to Blue Meanie in the house. We have a legend in the house. If you have you seen Blue Meanie?
It's one of the nicest people you ever could meet. Seriously.
Who's this?
Blue Meanie. I met him a bunch of times at your tailgates, and just one of the nicest people you ever could run into. Just so cool, so humble. Just a big fan.
So there is no ban, Brian.
No ban. Just to assure people about it, this new. This was something that one of the representatives of the team that hosts the games at the stadium, they have a rivalry against another team that wears green. So the whole conversation was more like, oh, I hope that they don't use green because we don't like green in our stadium.
Don't really have an option.
That's it. that was it.
Really don't have an option.
It's a joke.
You do have an option. You have an option. You can wear them ugly. You can wear them ugly uniforms with the blue and yellow, or the flag colors.
No, you don't know. I think that started that rumor.
Those are terrible.
I saw a Josh Jacobs interview.
Josh Jacobs, yeah.
I think he's the one that kind of doused the fire.
It was funny. Yeah, it was funny to us because the first time we heard about it, as Brazilians, was through Josh Jacobs. And Josh Jacobs saying, "Oh, you cannot wear green in Brazil." And again, the team that is winning the Brazilian Cup, the Brazil Championship, is green. It's the rival to the one that played the stadium. So you see green every day. People are green everywhere. So the first time we heard about that color ban, we were like, wait, what? Like
You got to check the source. The source isn't in Brazilian.
Well, we got the source right here on the 4th and Jawn podcast.
That's what I'm saying. I told people I was wearing green back in when you announced. I remember coming back. I remember coming back from, I think it was the Senior Bowl. Yeah. Somewhere I came back and someone was like, "Yeah, we're playing in Brazil." I'm like, "What?"
I think it was me. Yeah, it was me. I was like, "Yeah,
where did this come from?"
Yeah. But to be fair, I don't think anyone thought we were going to be playing the Packers. They leaked or fake leaked.
No, they said it was the Browns.
Yeah, exactly. We all thought it was the Browns. They leaked it, and then we're like, "Oh, okay, we're playing the Browns." And then last minute, they're like, "Nope, Packers."
The Browns leak was actually not a fake leak. It was something that also a rumor that was very bad. There was a Browns player where he was talking in a podcast, and he was saying like, "Where do you want to go? Like, which place would be a good cruise?" And he said, "Oh, I heard they're playing a game in Brazil, so that would be a good place to do a cruise." And that was the leak.
Just bad info.
Yeah. So it was bad info that got way spread, and we got it like at the beginning because like even the Eagles game was so new to us. Like we knew there was going to be a game, but we're expecting like a team like the Patriots or the Packers or even the Chiefs with
the Dolphins here because they have the
Glean's in the chat. Yeah. She makes a really good point that I didn't even think about it. Like having two of the biggest fan bases also. Primary colors green. Yeah. You're in Brazil. It just makes sense to bring those teams there because it's like an automatic way. Like, oh, we're gonna sell a ton of merch.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who buys merch? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. You changed your hat 4 times, dude.
I don't know who buys merch. People out here.
You're the pro shop's #1 customer.
You sure is.
Yeah, man. So do you guys have? As I know, Eagle fans in Philly have, and all over the country have superstitions. Do you guys in Brazil have some crazy Eagle superstitions that you do on game day?
So I have one, especially for Philly, that I every time I go to Philly, I have to eat a cheesesteak from a street vendor. In front of, very close to, it's on 3rd and Girard, very close to the garage and Frank Brenda. So I have to go there and eat one. Every time I win, every time I eat, they win. So it is my luck charm. I do have one here in Brazil that I often have to change my jersey and wear the same hat for the whole season. For the Super Bowl run, I have to say I wear the same underwear every game.
Whoa!
That's not weird. That's not weird. Yeah, that's not weird. Yeah, I do the same thing.
Someone smells you,
bro. You wash it, right? You wash it, right?
You have 1 week. You have 1 week. You have 1 week to wash it.
And it's only weird when it doesn't work. It works. It's not weird.
Yeah, you just turn it inside out and put it back on.
I have
once a week, Mike.
I didn't know how long the run was.
Thursday night, that's it.
I didn't know whether it was from week 17 or whether it was from just the last week. Like I could have been all January and February.
You're a wild bull for that one. That's some musty draws. You know what I'm saying?
I have a confession. I do have a confession. The year we won the Super Bowl, the Carson Wentz jersey, I wore it from the beginning. From like as soon as it dropped, I wore it to every event, right? I didn't wash that thing the whole year. So by the end of the season, that thing smelled like cat piss. I'm not even lying. It was and I had to like sit through every game. I was like, God, I stink. But it was like you couldn't ruin
pissed off
bad
everyone
juju.
that sat next to you.
Hey, I was like, that's me. I haven't washed this. I might stink. Wentz got hurt, but I still got to keep wearing this for my superstition.
Bro, that LA game was crazy.
After the game, you feel better. That's it.
I took a shower. I just put it on.
Yeah,
It would smell every week.
Did you wear it the day he wore towards ACL?
I wore it every single game.
Mine is not like a superstition, but I have a tradition.
Yeah.
I have a week 1 barbecue. The first NFL Sunday, I get together with my friends and some family to have a barbecue every week 1 of the season.
That's a great way to kick it off, bro.
Yeah. And Brazilian barbecue is the best one. So if you are coming down here, you gotta go to a Brazilian barbecue, right?
Did someone earlier said we should go to a Brazilian steakhouse, and I'm like, they just probably called it a steakhouse, bro.
What do you call it? I go to a spot in Newark, New Jersey. It's called Fernandez. It's the best one that I know of.
Is that like a Chima or a Fogo?
Fogo de Chão.
Yeah. Fogo de Chão is the famous one.
Brazil.
We're gonna have a good one, but they're like either Churrascaria, you go where you guys have the big sword thing.
Gauchos.
Yes, yeah. Gauchos.
They call them the guys walking around. They're gauchos.
Gauchos.
Oh, sorry, I'm a stupid American. I apologize.
No, don't worry.
And
it's the hard U.
At Philly, you have a Brazilian restaurant that is not a steakhouse, but it serves like Brazilian food and some steaks. It's called Camila's.
Yeah, Camila's.
Very famous.
Yeah.
Well, in Sao Paulo, there's this someone I was watching some vlogger. There was some place where it's a famous sandwich that what kind of it's I think it's pork, right?
Yeah,
pork sandwich.
You have like the pulled pork that you guys can find at the stadium. Is the number 1 stadium food here. It's like the pulled pork with peppers and onions and cheese as well. So it is like a great sandwich for pre-game. Like it is, you just enjoy it and go right to the game with beer. It's just perfect.
One of your favorites. What's your favorite spot to eat in Sao Paulo? And then
okay, and this is really good because São Paulo is like it's the Latin American city of food. So like I know like Howie Roseman is a big foodie guy. I believe that he was very excited to be here because we have restaurants that are Michelin stars and have like so many options and so many different cuisines from all around the world. So I love it here. I cannot even put into one section of restaurants, but we do have great Italian restaurants that I love it. I recommend a couple in Pinheiros, which is a nice neighborhood here. And also we have so many good hamburgers place. And even today, our other one that I love it, that is like a fish hamburger place. It's amazing. They have like shrimp po' boys. They have like different fish tuna sandwich. It's amazing. So it's easier for you guys to tell me, look, I always want to eat like something like this. What's the best option in São Paulo? You're gonna find a restaurant that has it.
Deborah says we have like 156,000 bars and restaurants only in Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Mike, you gotta go to every one and take a shot, Mike.
How many people there are there?
So I'm trying to figure out when we get into town. You know, obviously, I would love to see some local stuff.
Yeah, it's you guys have to do it.
If you could sneak me out somewhere, you know, just to get the vibe. You know, like again, you know, I hate to just like see what like these influencers put on. I'm like, I'd rather go to the local breakfast spot. I just like the local-ish, you know, local stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
you gotta eat feijoada, but not in game day, right?
What is that?
Yeah, not in game day.
Feijoada, it's a local dish, Brazilian dish, and it's very good. It's made with beans and pork, and it's very good. But don't eat on game day, okay? A day before or a day after the game.
Well, you're gonna smell like Gail's jersey.
Yes,
exactly.
Probably.
Like
now in Rio, do you guys have any recommendations for Rio? Like I asked Michael. I said, "Hey, would you go hang gliding?"
But my boy got the AAA insurance, which means now he can. that he could go to the hospital and they'll take him and they'll accept his insurance. And now he thinks all of a sudden he's freaking Superman.
Have you guys hang glided off the mountain?
I have saw it, but I never have muster courage. I
want to come back in one piece, bro. No thanks.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't do it.
Is your wife going to let you do it?
Yeah.
She brought it up.
Oh man,
she's trying to kill you.
She's jumped. She's jumped out of airplanes.
Hold on. She jumped out of a perfectly fine plane.
I think you have the green light to do it.
She's an athlete, so
I'm gonna have to talk to her, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, she has bigger balls.
Go for it.
Perfectly
More power to her. I'm good.
Plane?
Okay. Now I heard Sugarloaf.
Sugarloaf, yeah, exactly. Like Sugarloaf should be like the number one spot together with the Christ the Redeemed statue. You can get tickets together for both at the same day, and you can do one to the other. It's not very close, but it is like it's not one next to the other, but they're close, so you can do it as well. They have a museum that's called the Museum of Tomorrow, which is very nice as well.
Is that one with the books?
No, but you gotta go to the book as well. The book's a little bit closer to the center city, and when we go there, you also go to a restaurant. I'm gonna share the name later. It's called just like Columbus, like it is Cafeteria Columbus, and it's very close to where the library is. But you have the Museum Tomorrow, which is there's a very famous Brazilian architecture that he built, like the capital city, and he built like so many different monuments about the Brazilian architecture. You guys gonna see it when you guys come here, like a lot of different type of buildings. And this building is one of his main creation, and they have so many different sites there to see at this Museum Tomorrow. So I'll recommend this 3 trips in Rio. The Sugarloaf with the Christ Redeemer, Museum Tomorrow, and Parque Lage, which is close to where the library is, and Confeitaria Colombo.
And also, if Gail wants to do the hang glider stuff, I think it's in Morro São Vicente.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm bringing my GoPro, bro. I'll just give it to you and let you get the footage. I'm good.
I'm like,
looking through you, Gail.
Iago said, Morro Vicente. They're like, yeah, I'll be on some random beach and like
São Vicente.
São Vicente.
São Vicente, yes.
São Vicente.
São Vicente. To do the hang glider stuff that you want to do.
Yeah, Marissa said hiking and hang gliding.
See if she's interested. I can already tell you it's a big no.
So, Iago, is true or false? On the beaches of Brazil, it's more normal to wear Speedo than regular shorts.
Yeah.
Oh snap, son! You got one to match that hat, B? I know you got one to match that hat, son.
Which hat, bro?
Yeah, match that joint right there.
This one. Okay.
Yo, you gonna be out there looking like a Eagle Cisco, son.
I might.
Enter the dragon.
Like when that beat go.
I gotta call the pro shop and see if he's been down there buying up Speedos.
We were watching the video, and it came across one of the vloggers had put up there, and my girl looked at me like, "You're not wearing a Speedo." I'm like,
Here's the deal. We're staying at the same hotels.
I'm not wearing no Speedo, okay?
Hotels, bro. If you wear a Speedo on that beach, you are not coming anywhere near me.
Yo, son.
Do I look in shape to wear a Speedo? No, bro.
You should wear that joint with that, son.
I went to the gym for like 2 weeks. I was like, yeah, I got this.
You gonna wear that joint with that?
You 2 weeks?
Ready.
I went for 2 weeks.
You gonna wear that joint with that hat? The match your hat. You gonna be killed, son.
He said, look, I got the V's. And
then I looked at myself. Who you kidding? I mean, 2 weeks before Brazil. Come on.
I actually had the V's, but that's just because I work out a lot. But
I'm
not wearing a fucking Speedo.
I'm gonna wear the fat guy shirt in the water.
It's also normal to wear shorts. Okay.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
I'll do the big yellow Borat Mankini.
Nah, you gotta wear that Speedo joint with the hat, yo.
Best beaches in Rio. Is it at Copa? Not, I'm not gonna say it's Copa because that's kind of like
Copacabana. Yeah.
Is that touristy? More touristy?
It is, but like there's a reason to be touristy, right? Because it's good. So yeah, I'll go to Copacabana, but the next one, which is Ipanema, is also very very nice one. And again, I do like Leblon. You just go for Leblon with the L. And I believe that this one is going to be a nice one because it is a little bit shorter and it is like it's not crowded, and you have like a very nice view of the sea and the city on the back, right?
Deborah chimes in. She's from experience. She says Ipanema. Yeah. I do sing that song, "A Girl from Ipanema."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I sing that a lot. Anything else? I'm trying to think. Anything else that you think that Eagle fans need to know?
Again, like I believe that it is an incredible opportunity to know more about Brazil, like to understand how big these cities are. I was talking to a couple of friends the last time I was in Philly, and I met some people that they didn't know anything about São Paulo or Rio de Janeiro, and they were like so impressed about how big the city are. Again, São Paulo has 12 million people. So it is a nice opportunity to be curious and to learn more about the city, to be aware of our surroundings, to know how you can enjoy it more, because we live in a fun way and we are very welcoming. So be friendly, and you guys are gonna be able to enjoy the city as much as we do.
Yeah. What about you, Yago?
Yeah, just like what Rena said, Brazilian people are very welcoming. We sure know how to party. We sure know how to receive people from other.
That's a flex.
Yes, we sure know how to receive people. So we are very like welcoming people. You know, we like to talk. We like to know like new people, and I think it's gonna be you gotta have like little cultural differences. Okay, that's normal, but I think that you guys are going to enjoy a lot.
Before we get at it, the biggest misconception about Brazilians.
I think one of the biggest, it's like some people, when I lived in Philly, they asked me like, do you guys live like in the jungle? Do you see like tigers and lions and monkeys or gorillas? For some people, I say, yeah, I live like in the jungle with the gorillas and stuff like that. But
you're like, I was raised by them.
Tarzan. So
I got a question real quick. So remember you said you want me to bring you something, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
What is your drum roll?
Snowball.
Hey. Is that signed?
No, that's the only thing that's not signed. But wait.
Whoa.
Nice.
My
Who's that?
Seth Joyner? Seth Joyner?
Oh.
Seth Joyner?
I took me 4 seconds. I'll bring this for whoever wants it. I also have.
That's mine.
I also have this guy.
Hey.
This is so beautiful. Yeah, this one.
Nice. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Michael. This guy.
Mike, thank you so much, Mike. And
no worries.
I think we can raffle this one at our party, because like this is something for sure that people could have like such enjoyment to be shared with.
I didn't want to give you a Mac Hollins signed mini helmet. So like
the backpack kid.
Yeah, backpack kid.
I was in my closet, I'm looking, I'm like, shit.
Renas told me that
I can't give him Mac Hollins.
You gotta give him, because Renas told that he was going to do the backpack kid dance at the party.
Yeah,
right,
so that's it. Yeah. Gail has been going to the gym. I've been going to the gym as well, because he's gonna have the cheerleaders.
That's the old competition now.
Hey, you gotta show the bod, yo. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show the bod.
I'm like, we're one step away from being like, yo, bro, how much could you put on your shoulders and lift?
I'm good, man.
Answer your question. Somebody, Todd asked where I got this blanket. I've had this blanket for I don't know, since I was a kid. It's an original old school blanket.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
You can probably find it on eBay though. Honestly, you can pretty much find anything.
See what you did. You inspired people. That people are listening to the show. Shout out to Todd.
Right.
This is the first time someone's ever commented, and I showed Todd's comments. He said listening to the late night pod, trying to get my man cave together. See what you did?
Hey, shout out to Todd, man.
See what you did?
Dude,
Hey, Mike, are you wearing your suit? You wearing your Eagle suit?
Nah, it's gonna be way too hot, bro.
Yo, you wore that, Jawn. You wore that, Jawn.
I wore the first one I had. I wore it so much that it. First of all, it was a Chinese XL.
Oh,
It wasn't an American XL, so it was more like a schmedium. Yeah, like
big
fat guy
in a little coat.
Exactly. Well, I was in London. I was at the London game, and I was wearing it, and I was walking around, and I took a step, and all of a sudden I heard rip, and I was like, "Oh, damn!" And then I was like, "Okay, it's on the side. I can hide that. Whatever." I got a pin and put it together. Some lady gave me a little pin. I was like, "All right, cool." And then I bent over like 2 days later and split right down the middle. I was like, "All right, we're done." We're done. And they don't sell that suit anymore, so I had to get a new one, and the new one looks more like pajamas. So, I'm trying to find the Kelly green material, like with the eagle on it, but I might just have to settle for just regular Kelly green like material and put an eagle on the back. But I'll break out that thing probably like week 3, week 4 when it's a little cooler.
You sound like a sicko.
So you're going to New Orleans?
I am going to New Orleans.
I'll see you down there.
It's going to be wild,
trips, baby.
Hey, speaking of Philly Sports Trips, shout out to Philly Sports Trips. If you're looking to book a trip, book with the best. These guys, making us go down there. They're not that they got to pull our leg to go down there. Making us go to have a great time in Rio and Sao Paulo.
How about you? But I had to pay, so
hey.
Did I just set you up perfectly for that graphic?
You did. Shout out to Philly Sports Trip. There's not only Brazil. There's other games. Look at that sold out trip to Brazil. There's the New Orleans game.
It's so much fun going with them, and that's. I mean, honestly, like I've told him, like it's like a family. He talks to you. He comes up to you. You're like family, and he remembers your name. He remembers the last time he saw you. It's a hell of a, and he's just crushing it this year with the people.
So we're going to be
LaShawn McCoy in LA is going to be insane.
Yeah, Brian Dawkins in Tampa is
Bay.
So our next couple weeks are going to be insane as Eagle fans. We are starting off in Brazil, coming back for the home opener. The next week going to New Orleans, 3-0. We'll be 3-0 by then. Then the next week,
my wife won't go with me to that.
Yeah, the next week in Tampa. So bye week will be a week of reflection on being 4-0, and just the vibes should be at all times.
Let's be honest. Can we talk about that for a second? I feel some type of way about the fact that it's week 5 instead of like 8 or 9.
Yeah. I don't like it at all. Yeah,
we got screwed, man.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll give Brazil, but we're gonna make it be a bye week 5.
No, to be honest, the bye week is for fans who are traveling.
4-0 and broke, yeah, damn right.
You're gonna have to like recoup your finances. You're gonna have to look at your family in the face.
I'm already looking into how much my plasma will sell for.
Hey, whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do. But before we get out of here, just want to give a shout out to Bud Light for holding down our tailgates. Shout out to Bud Light for all these years holding us down. Shout out to Red Bull for giving our tailgate wings, and shout out to Conchahawk, an Italian bakery. If you looking for tomato pies, have you guys had tomato pie? First of all,
yeah. I had one in Philly as well. And
what are your thoughts?
Man, love it.
Pretty good.
We do have a lot of pizza here, but like tomato pie is completely different. Like,
I think Yago's lying. He said pretty good. You don't have to lie. It's all right. It's
not gonna hurt our feelings.
But it's good, right?
Yeah, I get people. I get people at the tailgate.
Tomato pie, bro.
They're like, is it supposed to be cold? I'm like,
yeah.
That's the problem. That's
like,
the problem.
They're like, are you gonna warm it up? And I'm like, no, it's supposed to be cold.
Yeah, I can't imagine it would taste like warm. I think it would be disgusting.
Yo, so I was we were tailgating. This is like, man, It's probably like
Actually, probably
6 years ago. And somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, Tim, I can get one." I was like, "Yes, for everybody, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Have a good time." He's like, "Can we warm it up?" I was like, "Ooh, yeah, you ain't from here."
No. Yeah, pronounce Lancaster. Oh, you say Lancaster? Yeah, no, it's Lancaster. Yep, you're not from here.
Lancaster. Davon, yes, we will also be in Los Angeles. So we're getting our fill. But before we get out of here, I'm going to start with you, Michael. I'm going to say, give us your last word before we get out of here.
Don't rob me.
Oh, I'm going to put your address there. So
you don't even know my
people
address.
from Northfield. Yeah, where I pick up my beer from Bud Light. You live across the street.
You're so wrong.
In Kansas City.
You're so wrong. City. But all right, let's move on. My final word is just excitement. I'm excited to see all these pieces come together. I'm excited to see what this offense is going to do. I want them to prove all the bullshit naysayers, the talkers, the experts on Twitter. I just can't wait for them to just, oh man, imagine just like 41-3, something crazy, like something just to shut them up. First drive, straight through 6 points without a tush push. Like it's exciting. I haven't been this amped up in a while. So I can't wait. My month is it's just shut up the shit talkers. That's my final word.
I can see the vein in your forehead, man. I think you're excited about this one. We're gonna go with last word, Tim. Before we get out of here,
and y'all know what it is, man. Your boy Tim. The season starts in a week. Let's get up, man. You know what I'm saying? The nerves, everything. It's like the night before Christmas. That Thursday night, we getting it in, and you got to work Friday. It's like, come on, man. I can't wait till this day is over. But I'm just excited to see this new offense. I'm excited to see Jalen Hurts, one breed of one, show people what he's about. And Saquon, AJ, Devontae Smith, Goddard, Dotson. I mean, and I'm really rooting for Devin White to have a bounce back year because we're so linebacker hungry here in Philadelphia. We haven't had that since Nigel Bradham or TJ Edwards. That we're just like, man, can we just get one? And I feel like he's gonna be one of those guys that we can call our linebacker and Bond. I like to see some tape on Bond. So let's get ready. 4th and Jawn, we for the streets, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see what's up, and we're gonna root for our team. All right, go Birds.
And last but not least, you two fine gentlemen who have given your opportunity to just inform people and just give people knowledge that they're not getting from the internet. It's straight from the horse's mouth. And I appreciate you guys for coming on and just really talking some truth and sense into people. So your last word, I mean, I'm just saying what this game means to you personally, and just your overall vibe. Just what is your last word, and what does this mean to you?
I have one, and I'm gonna pull a Charles Barkley one here because I'm gonna say that 2 words: Jalen Carter, Defensive Player of the Year. So
yes,
okay. I do believe that it's gonna be like just like I said, we are so excited about the offense, and Tim was saying like all the weapons and everything that we got. And he was talking about White, and I do believe that also this is gonna be the Nakobe Dean year, and I'm really excited to see that. This is my boldest take of the season so far. That we're gonna have Dean playing very well in a very positive role for this team, but I do want to see the defense being as good as we were expecting to be. We do have the pieces, and we do have the knowledge now to do so. So, just the 2 words: Jalen Carter, Defensive Player of the Year.
I feel like that's not 2 words, but
And moving on to Iago, last word before we get out of here.
For me, just like Rena said, the defense, man. Starting with the young DBs. A lot of young DBs, Isaiah Rogers, Quinion, Cooper DeJean, and I want to see those guys playing. Reed Blankenship. I want to see those guys playing, flying around, no fly zone. I want to see those young DBs, and I also have a bold prediction. For me, the one guy that's going to break out this year, just like Brendan Graham, when he was starting a little bit and it's going to flourish this year, I think it's Milton Williams. With Vic Fangio and with Jalen Carter, I think Milton will play a lot this year, and I think he's going to be a great breakout player for this defense.
Very nice. And if I could give one word to the people who are believing the misinformation, just one message from both you and
wear green, Brazil. When in Brazil, wear green.
No be problem. Curious, wear green. Be curious, and that's it. Just explore, talk to people, hear other options, hear other opinions. Actually, just try to find out what people there have feeling they want to be heard. So as much as you want to say, people will also want to be heard. So just be curious about it.
And if you have any question, any doubt about something in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, come and ask us. We are right here. We can talk to you guys just like I talked to Gail earlier today. So send me a DM. Ask what's your doubt. Are you afraid of something? I'm
afraid of Gail and Speedo.
Yeah, I cannot clarify about that. So. That's nothing I can do about that, but
that's the only thing frightening.
Yes. Yeah, that's nightmare fuel, bro.
But yeah, I'm last word for me. I really just appreciate you guys coming on. I'm telling you, it's one of my favorite podcasts. Not only just
same.
It's not just because it's the fandom, right? It's the fandom that we all share about our beloved Eagles. These Eagles have done amazing things in my life. They've got me to travel. They got me to step outside of my comfort zone. I've met some of my best friends that are diehard Eagle fans, traveling across the country, meeting people in person, hearing everyone's story on how they became Eagles fans. It's contagious, and it's just a great opportunity for us to break bread as Eagle brethren and sisterin, if that's even a word, but just an opportunity for us to talk about our Eagles like we want to do. It's a part of us. I think all the Eagle fans that are listening to this podcast are getting an opportunity to hear you guys for the first time. Make sure you guys go follow them. Make sure you start a dialogue, start a conversation. Do not just listen to anything that you hear on the internet. They've given you their opportunities to DM them. So go ahead, ask the questions. And
if I'm bringing these all the way to Brazil, we gotta meet up.
We gotta meet up. That's for sure. You guys are more than welcome to our party. But I wanted you guys to have the local experience that just Gabe was saying. So let's keep in touch. I'll provide you guys with anything you guys need. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for all the local info. Seriously, it's super helpful.
Yeah.
And
as great always, having you guys on the show, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And as always, it's fly, Eagles fly. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Goodbye.